I am Xiang Yu, grandson of Xiang Yan, hero of Chu's resistance against the Qin, nephew of Xiangliang who fell at Dingtao to that Qin butcher Jiang Han. And now that peasant betrayer, Liu Bang, thinks he has killed me so easily. Let him dream. Before I fall, I will carve my name into history with the blood of his men. They call it the Battle of Gaixia. This was no battle. No, a true battle is fought between warriors, blade to blade, will against will. Liu Bang never faced me like a man. He starved me, surrounded me, turned my own people's songs against me. 四面楚歌, from four sides Chu songs echoing in the night to break my soldiers' hearts. The coward. He knew he could never stand before me alone. My Chu was beautiful, our songs, our horses, our reins. After the Qin dogs came from the west and ruined it all, my grandfather Xiang Yan died fighting. The Qin wanted to stamp out our memory, our characters, even the name of Chu. We remembered the Xiang family. I remembered. I never forgot. I wanted to hear Chu songs once more, feel the rains of the south. Living in exile, a stranger in a strange land, we waited, our heads low. I grew impatient. My uncle Xiangliang held me back. The time was not right. Then Yingzheng, the cruel punisher and slave master, died. His son, the idiot Qin continued to oppress the people. Chen Sheng and Wu Guang rose up in the north. Finally, my uncle said the time was right. A distant descendant, living as a poor shepherd boy of the last Chu emperor, was found, and we crowned him. We, the Xiang family, were his standard bearers, leading the Chu people back from the brink. And that's when that parasite, Liu Bang, wormed his way into our midst, at first promising his loyalty in exchange for our soldiers. Then, deep into the core, he rotted. He was just a pesky former village constable, a fellow man of Chu, and I did what I could for my compatriot. It was at the Battle of Dingtao with the Qin dogs that my uncle Xiangliang gave his life for Chu. Stricken with grief, I stumbled into that worm, kneeling and putting on a show of mourning. We swore to die on the same day. We became sworn brothers. That shepherd we installed as king of Chu ordered us into Guangzhong to take Shenyang, saying whoever gets there first will officially be installed as the king of Qin. I was busy fighting the Qin forces at the Battle of Julu. I crossed the river and destroyed all the boats. We were never going back. I took them down, them and their so-called great general Jiang Han. 70,000 of us, 200,000 or more of them. We swept across the battlefield, and my ancestors rejoiced. All this whilst Liu Bang marches into Shenyang and takes the glory that I won at Julu, and then has the nerve to block the Hanggu Pass to me. He gets to act as the benevolent emperor. And tell me this, how would this village peasant have got to act like that without me? Now, at the head of the army, I order all my vassals to kneel, and learn that Liu Bang wishes to crown himself whilst he's in Qin. I would have him taken down in battle. But my uncle Xiangbo said that Liu Ji had offered his daughter's hand in marriage to his son, and persuades me to give him a chance to explain himself. We meet at Hongmen near Shenyang. This worm brings 100 of his men to meet us. I had a feast prepared for him. Liu Ji takes his seat facing me. He knew he was inferior. He always acted like that in front of me. He apologizes for blocking me at the Hanggu Pass, saying it was mere luck that he had got to Shenyang first. And that's when Fanzeng, my advisor, keeps pestering me to take him down now. He always had it in for Liu Bang since the first day they met. Fanzhen's eyes burned into me, kill him now. But I laughed. What threat was this grovelling constable? I had feasted him. It was no way to kill a man, inviting him to your meal and then murdering him. Besides, I was his publicly sworn brother. My cousin Shandrung starts doing this sword dance for the occasion, and Xiangbo My uncle stands up too, and they do this very strange dance like they are actually fighting. They nearly bump into Liu Bang a few times. Anyway, this beast, former dog butcher Fan Kuai, Liu Bang's henchman, comes bursting in, shouting at me dressed as if for war, shaming me for trying to kill his lord at a meal I'd invited him to. Well, I don't know what he's talking about. Fan Zeng must have ordered this sword dance that had nothing to do with me. I throw this Fan Kuai dog butcher some meat and stop the sword dance. Liu Bang slips outside, and Jiang Liang, another of his advisors, returned back to his seat with gifts, apologising on his behalf, giving an excuse that he was already too drunk to continue. I've sent all my allies away, divided up the 18 kingdoms. My kingdom has been restored, and I return home triumphant to Chu and my capital of Pengcheng, and send Liu Bang off to some forsaken place in the southwest called Bashu to pretend to be lord there. Liu Bang, scared senseless of me and thinking that I might change my mind about letting him go, resorted to burning the mountain roads behind his convoy, and there he stayed rotting. But I should never have trusted this greedy dog. That was when Tianrong, the ungrateful lord of Qi, rebelled against me. Whilst my back is turned, Liu Bang rose up, another nobody Han Xin, to be general of his armies, and marched on Guangzhong, territories which were not his, like a carrion crow seeing weakness. I had no need of the shepherd boy King Huai any more, and sent him away to Hunan. Little did I know the wild dog Yingbu would take this as a sign to kill him. How is what my followers do my fault? Just like he'd done before, Liu Bang puts on the white headdress of mourning and held a 3-day memorial service for the emperor, accused me of committing regicide, and rallied support from the people against me, the man who'd spared his life and sheltered him until this point. He springs out of the western heartlands I'd left him alone in and dared to attack my capital of Pengcheng. Scouts told me that 500,000 soldiers marched and took it. I rode back with only 30,000 and regained it. The people say Liu Bang ran away scared and even had to leave his children behind. That will always be the difference between me and this coward. He never beat me in a fair fight. He sent spies into my camp, sowing discord between us. He set me against Fan Zeng, my Yafu, my adopted father, sending him away. Father, forgive me for sending you away. I was wrong. After years of avoiding me, we now lacked supplies, and the fickle vassals were flocking to him because he promised to pay for their loyalty. I had my back turned and was outnumbered as we marched south. They encircled us. The dog Liu Bang had his men chanting songs from Chu, Sumian Chu Ge, at us down into the valley where we heard them in our camp overnight. No man of Chu acts in this way. My bravest men stuck with me until the end. We tried to break out. 28 men. That was all that remained when we reached the Wu River. They begged me to cross to live. For what? My Yuji was gone. My Chu was now ashes. And Liu Bang, let him rule his stolen empire, but never in peace. Let him hear my voice in every whisper in the wind, see my face in every shadow, and know that he had lived to become the wandering homeless ghost. I turned back. Not for survival, but for fire, for a death so fierce, Liu Bang would choke on his own victory.
这项羽这个烧，
谁是项羽呀？
就是那个人人都管他叫战神那个。可是他让我给打败了。再说项羽吧，本不该死，可是他不想活，偏偏求死。不过我敬他，甚至到现在我还是有点怕他。